What's up, everybody? And welcome to another episode. Hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and share the video. Hit the join button and become a member. Why? Well, members get exclusive content. Hit the bell icon on my channel so that you will receive a notification every time that I drop a video. You can go and check the video out and leave a comment and like the video. Watch the video. If you support me, support the content, and support my channel. Let's get into it. This transpired in Centinela State Prison, where I paroled from. And this was a vicious Hoover on Hoover attack. Really, over someone who liked cheese. He was a rat. Let's call him Devil from 5 Deuce. Are these pseudo names? Perhaps. If you know, you know. Now, this is going to be at least a 2-part series because there were three removals here on the yard. Really, almost simultaneously. Because I talked to someone, let's call him Big Star. Again, if you know, you know. Let's call him Big Star from 7-4. He was in another prison at the time, still is. And Big Star, well, he's really about that life. He doesn't play games. He believes in the rules and the protocols. He follows them. He really sets a high standard, always has. In fact, I don't care what anyone says. He had a few homies on the streets terrified of him because of his actions throughout his life in prison and on the street. He's been known. In fact, in the Los Angeles County Jail back in 2005, you could have called him Edward Scissorhands because of his proficiency with the blade. And there in prison, he's been known to poke upon other Hoovers for their misdeeds. So I know for a fact that he's strong and he practices what he preaches. And when I spoke with him on the phone, and that's the thing about the cell phones now there in prison, again, makes the communication a lot easier and makes it a lot harder for people to get away with stuff. Back in the days, you can do something on this yard and go to another yard and maybe it would not be discovered what you did on the prior yard for a year, even 2 years. Until a kite gets up there, someone comes up there that knows what happened on the prior yard. But with the cellular phones, as soon as you do something and someone gets you off the yard, as soon as you go to another yard, people are right there waiting on you to get off of the bus to split your head open. And so, Devil had made it there to Centinela State Prison. He had only been there for a few months. And when I talked to Big Star, who I know would not be telling me to do something that he would not do himself. If these dudes was on the yard with him, immediately they would have to leave the yard. Immediately. It would be a violent situation. I know this 10 trillion%. And so he tells me, big bro, he's a few months older than me, but he still refers to me as his big brother. And he says, big bro, I don't want to overwhelm you, but there's some dudes on the yard that is on the yard with you that are dirty. They're no good. I just been on the yard for a few months when he and I had this conversation. And so a couple of these dudes had been on the yard for a little while, but Devil had just pulled up. But let's call him Bird from 9 Deuce, Baby Bird, let's call him a pseudo name of sorts. And Stein Dog from 7-4. Stein Dog. And what happened was Big Star told me that Devil, first he told me, man, I don't want to overwhelm you, so I'm only going to give you one situation at a time. Just get this dude removed, and then I'll give you the next one. I said, no, that's not going to work, because I'm on a yard with these dudes, and it's put my life in jeopardy if I'm on a yard with some dudes who are no good, and it's putting the homies' lives in jeopardy. I need to know all that. It's not going to overwhelm me. I can take care of all of it. I need to know everything about everybody on the damn yard that's no good, that you have information on and paperwork on. And that's the thing. He had paperwork on all of these situations. Now, he told me that Devil was in another prison and the homies had attacked him. I forget why, for whatever reason. About 3 homies had attacked him though. So, and they got him pretty good. When 3 people attack you, that lets me know that your offense was a pretty bad offense. I can always tell by the level of the DP/discipline that you receive how bad your transgression was. And with him, with 3 homies attacking him viciously and basically beating him to a pulp, I knew that he had done something very bad. Now he's on the yard with me. But now the thing is, when he went to the program office after this violent attack, he told the police, well, yeah, the police asked him, well, why would the Hoovers attack you and you're a Hoover? And he said, well, they want me off the yard. I read the paperwork. Big Star sent me the paperwork. After he explained everything to me, he bagged it up with the paperwork. He said that they wanted him off the yard, which is snitching. Because for one, you're confirming that you were attacked because they caught the assailants. So you're confirming that these dudes attacked you, for one. And for 2, you're saying that they want you off the yard. And now the police is going to have to get you off the yard because you just confirmed that you're not supposed to be there anymore. And that's how he ended up on my yard now, there in Centinela State Prison. They transferred him. But instead of him going PC, he decided, I'm just going to go to another yard. Nobody's really going to find out that I said this in the program office, or even find out maybe that the homies attacked me up here in Y. Well, of course, we're going to find out eventually because we have cell phones. But even if we did not have cell phones, the word will be transferred eventually. And so Big Star sent me the paperwork, and I saw for myself that he ratted right there in the program office. So I said, okay, fine. He's going to be the first removal. And Baby Bird, he also ratted. Big Star sent the paperwork on his crime me from San Bernardino on the street over their crime. Now, his crime me was protecting him and had been saying that he did not rat. I think they were cousins or something. But we had the paperwork. Big Star had the paperwork, and so did a few other homies. And the situation is that Stein Dog, he wasn't a rat, but he knew that this guy Bird was a rat. He was somewhere with him before where the homies had attacked Bird. Again, he got attacked on a different yard, but ended up on this yard. Instead of going PC, he came over here. That's their transfer, and they won't accept that they now have to go to protective custody until they really have to accept it, until it's forced upon them, such as a situation that just happened with another homie that's there in prison now. I may have to get to that eventually. A well-known homie. The homies just got him off the yard, and but he too had went to another prison after being attacked in this prison, and got attacked again, and he just had to go at that point. And again, this is what they will do sometimes. And Stein Dog knew that Bird was a rat. He had read the paperwork and was there when the homies had attacked him for being a rat. And now he's on a yard with Bird on another yard and has not told any of us this situation that Bird is a rat and had been attacked on another yard by the homies. He just letting him lay on the yard with us, a rat, stay on the yard with us and just chill. He's in total violation. I'll get to that in part 2, what happened with Bird and Steindog over these transgressions. But here, again, this is about Devil from 5 Deuce, who had ratted in the prison that he was in when the homies had attacked him for whatever his transgression was. And Devil was an okay dude there on the yard. Been there, as I alluded to, just for a few months. Dark-skinned dude with glasses, a little fake mini afro. And he, for the most part, kept to himself. But something about him always had my soul on unrest. He seemed cool enough, but there was something mischievous about him that I just couldn't put my finger on. And I typically do not judge people, but I do get a sense in the vibe, and I do sense certain energy. And something about that guy had my soul uneasy. And so when Star is telling me about this situation, I'm not surprised. When I'm reading the paperwork, I'm not surprised. I'm saying I knew it was something off about this guy. So I took the situation to all of the comrades there on the yard. And I explained all of this to them about Devil, Bird, and Steindog. What to do, how to take care of this. It wasn't just really all of my decision. We all spoke on it and came up with a plan that they would really be attacked one by one. But we would really give Steindog a chance to redeem himself by just attacking this dude Bird like you should have did the minute you found out he was on the yard, because you knew that he had got removed from another yard because he liked cheese. You're in total violation, but you can redeem yourself by just attacking him now. Did he do it, or did he have to get attacked himself because he refused to attack this dude? We'll find out in part 2. Here, again, in part 1, let's call him the homie Dog number 1 and Dog number 2. Dog number 1 also believed that there was something off about this dude Devil from 5 Deuce. He never did like him either. And so when I brought him the story, he too wasn't surprised. And they quickly volunteered Dog number 1 and Dog number 2 to be the ones to remove Devil from the yard. Out there one day, just maybe really the next day or 2 days later, we was working out on the pull-up bars, me and Devil. But it was just really a plan to tire him out some, because he wasn't really a small dude, and Dog number 1 is a small dude, but Dog number 2 is not. And I didn't want Devil to overpower them, but I was there for backup should they have needed me. And we were working out and just talking, and I knew what the plan was, that Dog number 1 and Dog number 2 was going to approach. And not soon after, not long after, we were right there working out. After about 3 sets in, I told him to give us 3 or 4 sets, and I basically gave a certain signal. I gave a certain call that we give. No need to give it now. And the homies began to approach Dog number 1 and Dog number 2. They began to surround Devil with sinister intentions. And they drew their weapons simultaneously. And they hit him simultaneously and dropped him. They were instructed from the beginning not to talk to him, because some people will attack people. Tell me, you got to get off the yard, fool. You know what you did. Well, or do the same, man. Why you attacking me, man? What I do? Whatever. And y'all sitting there talking as you attacking. Just take care of business. Don't say nothing. He'll figure it out. He know what the hell he did. He should know why he's being attacked. He know he ratted. If not, he'll figure it out later on. Just get him off the yard and don't say a word. We're going to be strong, precise, and just take care of business. And that's what happened. They attacked him, got him on the ground. He was leaking, and they came and got him. They sprayed the homies with mace. They took him to the gym in the shower so that they run cold water over them to try to get the mace off, to stop the sting. It doesn't really help. I've been maced with that orange stuff, and it's bad. And the shower does not help. If anything, it just aggravates it. And they removed Devil from the yard. And dog number 1 and dog number 2 went to the hole. And that's what happened with that one situation. But again, we had another situation on hand with yet another rat that had to go. And someone else the whole time again knew that he was a rat. We just now getting the word, but he had been knew because he was with him in another prison on another yard where the homies attacked him for this very situation. And he hasn't told us any of this, putting all of our lives really in jeopardy because this dude is around when we're doing all kind of stuff. He knows all of our stash spots. He's a part of our car. We don't know anything different. All bad business. And so something had to be done about that. Something was done pretty much 2 days after Devil was removed. We just had to take a deep breath, catch our breath, and now get this dude off the yard. Possibly both of them. Part 2 coming up. Stay free, people!